Welcome to another tradingfootball.eu video tutorial. This time it's a correct score jobby on a Asian Cup third place playoff between Uzbekistan and South Korea. We've made simply 5 correct score selections: 0-1, 0-2, 0-3, 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, and the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that's 6 correct scores and not 5. We've also laid under 4.5 goals at 1.2 for £100. So we're going to be playing the two markets off as the game progresses, or at least making sure that the under 4.5 market acts as some kind of insurance. Now, as it happened, South Korea took a very early lead within the first 11-12 minutes. The under 4.5 market obviously then lengthened in price. So we're having a quick look on the what if function there to see if it's possible to hedge that, which it is. That gave us sort of £7 potential hedged profit there. Could we also, at this point, lay all of our other remaining green score lines and try and exit the trade for some kind of profit? No. We could theoretically actually do that, but we would come out with probably £4 or £5 profit in the end. So we're going to let this game run. South Korea were playing extremely well, or rather conversely, Uzbekistan were absolutely dreadful in the first half, as we shall see. Just a quick interesting stat here. Why did I choose this particular game for goals? Well, it's a third place playoff, and statistics, particularly in the World Cup over the past sort of 40-50 years, have shown that 75% of third place playoff games have over 2.5 goals in it. So why shouldn't the Asian Cup be any different from that, particularly as Uzbekistan in their semi-final game 2 days ago against Australia were thrashed 6-1. So we thought there were going to be goals, and in fact the Korean goals scored in the first 10 minutes. They looked well capable of scoring another, which they did on 25 minutes. So the trade is going quite well from our perspective. Of course, the early goals mean that we do have one sort of serious danger, and that is 0-4. Because we're not covered on that scoreline, which is in the correct score 2 market. So therefore we've got a £90 liability should the final score be 0-4. 1-4 or 0-5 is okay, because we've got a £100 green on the over 4.5 market. So at this point in time, we're sort of covered. There we go, I've got 0-4. It was, I think, 20s or 22s at kick-off. I considered backing that, but I decided actually to cover the over 4.5 market instead. Now, what I was doing here, it was 0-2. And the Koreans, as I said, were just all over the Uzbekistan side. And with, 12 minutes, 15 minutes to go in the first half, I was seriously considering a lay of the current score 0-2 for £50, which I did. That was duly matched at 1.4. And then, 20 seconds later, after the lay bet was matched, bingo, I've just won £50. Very handy. Now that gives us a lot more leverage to play with now. We've got £50 already in the bag. We've got this potential £4.500 on the 4.5 market. So now we can add those two up and subtract our liability, which is £90 on the correct score market. So here, obviously, because it's 0-3, can we make a hedged profit here on the over under 4.5? Yes, we can, of £50. Now, if we do that simultaneously, we have to get out of and exit the correct score market, which is our major market. And we have to do this at exactly the same time when we're trading two markets simultaneously. If you're deciding to exit, if you do one market and hedge there, you've got to do the other. And are we going to get any purchase out of this? Not as good as one would hope. We've already lost any potential lay we could have done on 0-2. The 1-1 is dead. The 1-2 is dead. So we're only left with those two score lines, plus the over 4.5 to play with. So it doesn't look like we can squeeze anything out of here and exit the trade at this point. Using the what if function on Betfair, we can see that when I say we can't squeeze anything out, we could get about £24-25 out of this if we exited now. But because we're in such a strong position, having gained that £50 on the half-time score market, we can actually let this run well into the second half, because we're covered on the 1-3. We've only got the £20 liability on the over under 4.5 market. So we still really need to make some decision. Are we going to try and exit the trade now, try and get our £24-25 out of it, or can we in fact extract a little bit more and try and maximise our profit from this particular trade? And in doing this, we look at other particular markets. How can they help us? We're looking here, you can't quite see it, it's the next gold market. Is there any purchase in laying Uzbekistan in there at 4.4? Not really. And as we're considering this, right on the stroke of half-time, Uzbekistan got a penalty, which they converted, and that made the score 1-3. Now we're in a perfect no-lose situation. I'm trading this privately with Adam, the tradingfootball.eu co-founder and partner. And we're on Skype, and we're just sort of checking out. He's actually done a different trade to I have. He's actually laid the under 5.5 market, plus taken out some sort of insurance on the 2.5 unders. So he's got a slightly different trade going on to me, but it looks good from his side as well as mine over here. Now we can't lose. We've got £90 on 1-3. We've already made £50 on the half-time score market, so that's 140, minus £20 on the under 4.5 lay, should it remain 1-3, i.e. no goals in the second half. That sounds a nice figure, £120 off this trade, and we made a right decision there to stay in rather than exit after 0-3. This is one of the, you can see here, the second Korean goal. So we perhaps really want to kind of look at laying the 1-3, and I put in a lay at sixes for £15. So we've got a potential £120 profit if it stays 1-3, and we have a potential profit of £60 on any other score. Why 160? Well, we would make, if we went to 2-3 or 1-4, we'd win £100 on the over 4.5 market. We've won £50 on the half-time score market, minus our £90 liability that we'd have on the correct score market. 2-3, 3-all, and 1-4 we'd lose on. So, it went to 2-3. Uzbekistan came out in the second half. Obviously, had some vodka and some dodgy sausages, and came out, and they started to take advantage of a distinctly tiring South Korean team. So it went to 2-3, and that's how it stayed. And there is the final result. We lost £90 on the correct score. We won 95 on the over 4.5, and we won £47.60 on the half-time score.